So, what sort of things do we celebrate in church, in our church? Well, our church is pretty much like every other Christian church around the world. Mainly we celebrate two festivals. One is Easter and the other one is Christmas. Christmas, of course, is the birth of Jesus. And everybody likes to celebrate the birth of a newborn baby, but this has extra significance because this baby, we believe, is born of the Holy Spirit and is the Son of God. And then Easter, we celebrate again the crucifixion, the death, and the resurrection of Jesus. And of course, there are certain foods associated with Easter, such as hot cross buns, which I'm very much in favour of, and Easter eggs. All these things have a significance that tell us something about Easter. Easter eggs actually were to show us the empty tomb. When you open the egg, there's nothing inside. I'm going to pass over to Nola now. She's going to tell you about some other things that we celebrate.
This church came out of a tradition that was very strong through the last century in the southeast of England, and they were a group of people called the Peculiar People. And at one time, this church did belong to that group. They changed in the 1960s to become the Union of Evangelical Churches, but we do still have some older members of our congregation that are from that tradition of Peculiar People. So one of the things they always did was to celebrate the anniversary of the building. So in June every year we have a celebration to remember the day that the building was built. Now this building here is only 50 years old, but before that we used to be in a church down on a place that was called Lambert Street, that's not there anymore because it was got rid of to make way for the high-rise flats. But altogether we've been over 130 years celebrating Christianity together as a community. So one day in June every year we do remember that, and we get some of the old things out of the archives and the old photographs, and we all enjoy that together, and we have a lovely lunch together on that day. In fact, we do have lunch together quite often to make sure that we keep the fellowship going, and we talk about what's going on in our lives. And you know, it's nice to be able to sit over a meal and catch up, and it's something that most churches do quite regularly, and this one is typical in that. Yeah.
Okay, so what has any special significance for us as Christians? Well, the main thing, of course, and probably possibly the only thing that we would look to is the cross. We've just had a very big cross put on the outside of our church. I forget how tall it is, but if you walk past, you'll see it there on the wall. It is absolutely huge. And the reason is for that is to attract the attention of people going past. So I suppose you could walk by and think that it's not a church. Now the cross is there. You're under no illusions whatsoever. The cross is central to our lives in so many respects. Jesus died on a cross for us, and the cross is symbolic of that. And so it holds a great importance for us. It's not just a piece of jewellery. It's the centre point of everything that we do.
And looking to the future now, we have learned over lockdown that things have got to change, and now that our doors are open, we are hoping to become what is becoming known in church circles as a blended church, which means that we are going to carry on with our church services. Obviously that's the most important thing, but we are going to make sure that all our services are available online, because there are still people that are not yet confident to come back to church, and there are people, I know it's very difficult to walk into a church if you've never been. So we are going to make sure that all our services are available online as well, so that we can try and include more of the community. That's our hope for the future.
Thank you.